Today I'm going to be researching the stock of Corsair Gaming Inc., a company that is in one of the hottest spaces that I truly believe is going to grow massively in the next 20 years. Are you ready? Let's begin. Hello everyone, my name is Avishai and I create videos about the stock market, specific stocks, angel investing, and alternative investing ideas. Today I'm going to be talking about Corsair Gaming Inc. But before I dive into the stock and the research I'm going to do on it together with you, I want us to do three things really quickly. The first one is to hit that like button because it really helps the channel. The second one, if you're new, is to hit the subscribe button. And the last one is to hit the bell for notifications so you can get notified when videos like these come out. So let's dive into Corsair Gaming. And right now I am going to check the stock on Yahoo Finance, and just because I want to check everything from free places where you can also go and research the stock yourself. Currently trading at $29.33 according to the last close, and market cap of $2.7 billion. Now, if you don't know what Corsair does, let's jump really quickly to their website. So I'm just going to type into Google Corsair Gaming. It's really important for me to show you that you can find all these things yourself. We're doing it together. That is the idea of researching stocks together. And I'm just going to see what is in their product list. So we have gaming gear. Gaming gear has keyboards, headsets, mice, mousepad, chairs, apparel, gear, accessories, ambient lighting. Streaming gear, what do they have here? Cameras, capture boxes, a stream deck, audio, lighting, green screen, multi-mount. PC components. So they sell everything from cases, CPU coolers, fans, memory, power supply units, custom cooling, storage, accessories. Now, here's a personal story regarding one of the accessories that they have. So they had a USB stick, which was called a Survivor USB stick. I'm not sure I can find it, but let's Google it really quick. And I used this USB stick throughout my whole army. And it really was an amazing product. Here we go. It still exists. And it helped me basically carry a USB stick throughout my whole army career. So here it is on the side, selling for a price which is maybe a quarter of what I paid at the time. It was a water-resistant case and it was dust-proof, and it was just a great case to have while you're either camping or in the military or hiking. A great USB case. So back to some of the things that are interesting here that might not be so trivial even for Corsair users is that they have a software section. And this is interesting because Corsair, just having the software section is kind of showing us that they're aiming to do more than just physical products. And that is where you usually generate much higher margins. So I'm really excited about this. If Corsair can create software products that are used by its users and people want to pay for them down the line, this would be, for me, a bullish sign for the stock, and I would probably also buy. Quick note, and it's important for me to note that I am long the stock in a sense through ETFs, but I'm not actually long the stock by owning the stock. I have some ETFs that have Corsair inside, but currently I do not own any Corsair stock outright, and if I do, I will update in the details later. So just kind of want to show you the pricing points of a lot of the things here, and I'm going to go first of all to kind of even just apparel and gear, because a lot of their apparel and gear has been selling, and their accessories and their chairs, and I just want to show you the pricing points. And you know what, we'll start with the chairs, because I know a lot of people who like to buy their Corsair chairs, and you see these are chairs who go for $299 or $350 or $400 chairs. These are gaming chairs, and they're very popular, not only with gamers, I know with developers and kind of high-tech employees. So a lot of engineers like it. You know what, let's jump to hot new products. Let's see what they have here in hot new products. So the Elgato face cam, professional optics webcam, perfectly engineered to make you look amazing when you're streaming or doing a Zoom call. What is Elgato Wave XLR? Compact USB interface that gives your mic superpower. This is actually interesting. So a lot of audio tools as well, just because audio is becoming such a big factor in kind of the world of streamers. A lot of just audio-only podcasts, you have Clubhouse, you have Twitter and Facebook basically going all in on audio features. So This is really interesting for kind of the people who are more audio oriented in terms of the content they're creating. The Stream Deck, Wave mic arms, so they're also creating mic arms, wall mounts, light strips, a lot of cool things that help people create for them kind of the ambience and the kind of accessories and utility they need for their streaming needs. And the reason I think this is a total addressable market that's going to grow, it's really important for me to kind of connect the real estate market now. So there are data points showing that we live today in bigger houses than we used to live in the past. And that only tells me that more kids have their own room. These kids sometimes have a room that they just design themselves, and they design it around gaming. Now, even adults have today more rooms just because they want maybe office space or even a gaming room. And you can see on TikTok, on YouTube Shorts, and on Instagram, there is a lot of people who have like a gaming culture going on in a room dedicated to gaming. So that's why I'm really bullish about the next 20 years of this space. Now, I usually start with going into the financials of companies when I do an episode of researching stocks. But this time around, I really wanted to kind of give an introduction of what the company does, because it's not such a famous company. Usually when I do researching stocks, it's something that's easier to understand. And Corsair Gaming is not just, any kind of company that's easy to understand if you were not born into a kind of a PC gaming culture, especially in the States where it was more console oriented for years, and now it's becoming more and more PC. So back to the stock itself, let's go over the financials. So what we can see from the financials, 2018, 2019, revenue was flat. And the cost of revenue and the revenue kind of grew in tandem, and gross profit grew overall. And you can see that 2020 was the year that this has changed. And I think that this is going to be a trend that continues into 2021, and I'll explain why. More people moving to suburbs, buying houses, having a room for gaming, more people creating content, audio content, video content for gaming, more people becoming streamers. This is going to be a trend that's going to pick up now massively. And I think that Corsair's price to sales ratio, and we're going to get that into that in a second, is currently showing that the company is in a decent spot in compared to most S&P 500 companies. Now, their price to sales is under 2, and how do I know that really fast? You can see that the revenue for 2020 was 1.7, and currently their market cap is under 3.4, which would be double of that. Just according to the financials, trading under a price to sales of 2. And in terms of their EBITDA, decent number, starting to show that they're becoming I would say, a profitable company. And going through the balance sheet, decent one, looks like it's growing in terms of generating operating cash flow, especially 2020, big jump on that. So that makes me kind of, looking at the stock makes me kind of bullish. And in terms of their PE ratio, which is 18, not the priciest PE ratio I've ever seen. But here's the catch with Corsair. The catch is that Corsair will have a difficult time convincing people that 2020 and maybe 2021 was not like a one-off year. They're going to have to really work hard to do maybe smart strategic companies that they're acquiring, developing like products, and like I said, going maybe into software in order to support the people who buy all these products. So just thinking into the past, I used to buy a lot of things from Corsair, such as memory and CPU coolers and storage. And just remembering from the past, these price points usually, while being high, it was really easy for me to move to a different maybe company that was competing with them if there was a price point that was lower. Just because if I was creating a computer for just casual use, you don't need this stuff. Corsair is like a kind of high-end product in terms of this role, and it's known that not everybody goes to high-end, just like a lot of people will buy a Xiaomi phone and not buy a Samsung phone. So that's just kind of an example of that they have a high price point, and it's not that people have to go to their products. There are competitors, and we can just really Google really quickly Corsair competitors, and just want to show you what are the names it has to deal with. So we're going to Google this really fast. And top Corsair competitors and alternatives. So you have here names that I'm not totally kind of, familiar with, but Razer is a name that I am familiar with. So let's check really quick Razer. And Razer is also considered a high-end gaming brand. And just looking at what they have here in terms of products, so they have a computer of their own, headset, flippers, and let's see, what else do they have here? Getting here a coupon. They have the chairs. So just let's go to the chair section and see the price points of these chairs. So $500 chairs competing. And what else do we have here? There's Razer lifestyle products, all the way to masks, bags, apparel. Yeah, so there's a lot of competition in the space, and I think that HP bought a company called HyperX. I'm gonna check them really quick. HyperX Gaming. Let's see. Yeah, so HyperX also has headphones, and very interesting company that is also kind of focused on the gaming space. And just, keyboards and the works. So you kind of understand that they're not alone here. Moving back to the stock, so just checking, since it IPO'd, didn't go too far. It just kind of like doubled. It's not like crazy tripling or quadrupling like some stocks in the past year and a half. So yes, it is a high growth stock, which, going almost 100% from beginning of trading until today is, yes, that's a huge move. Don't get me wrong, but I've seen crazier moves, and I think that they're in a good space. And just going over the news real quick, it's really important to note that when you say the word Corsair, you have to think about Wall Street bets. So I'm just going to type in Corsair stock and WSB. And you can see that there are people who are associating Corsair with Wall Street bets really quickly, because there's a lot of Corsair chatter in Wall Street bets. So the stock might be volatile due to Redditors going in and out with heavy option plays. So you have to take that into account. Me personally, I see all of this as a sideshow, as noise. If a company is good, they're going to continue to grow. There are other stocks that have been Reddit stocks with a lot of chatter. Tesla, Palantir. If a stock is good, if the company is really good, their stock performance over time is just going to be fine. Yes, there's going to be a lot of short-term kind of choppiness all the time. You have to be ready for that when you're investing in a stock like this. So we researched the financials, we saw the products, we saw the competitors. Do I have any kind of strong opinion about the company? I do not. I use their products. I would consider buying them if they would show more initiative in the software space. I am currently on the fence. If the stock would go down another 20-30% for market reasons, not specifically Corsair related news reasons or Corsair business reasons, the stock would go down on a market sell-off, then I might think of starting to build a position, just because the risk reward would start to look better. But just honestly, I don't know enough about the stock. Now, one last thing that we can do is we can jump into Corsair stock and go to the bar chart, and let's write cheat sheet. There we go. So it by mistake gave me CRISPR, but I'm going to move from here to Corsair. Let's see, can I do this from probably CRSR? Yes, made it. Okay, so just shows you that anything is possible if you just keep going at it. Let's see, the stock has a lot of support here around the 29, 28 mark. And a lot of support 27, 26, 24. So there's a lot of support here. I might actually not have to wait for a 20-30% drawdown if I wanted to high risk reward. If it can manage to say hit that 26 and 28.6 and bounce off it, or the 0.67 bounce off it, that 14-day RSI 30%, that would be a place where I'd feel very comfortable to start building a position and just building up and dollar cost averaging on it. So like I said, if I do start building a position, I will update you in the description of this video. So we've seen here where the support is. Now we can see where usually the tops and kind of resistance levels are. And most of the resistance is around 34 to 37 kind of area, and maybe 32.4 a bit. So it just shows that there is a kind of 5% downside, 10% upside situation here. And I like that kind of odds. If there was more of a 15% upside, then for sure I would be deep into kind of like trying to accumulate more shares of the company. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, reminder, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And if you are new to the channel and this show, Researching Stocks Together, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell for notifications so you can get notified when another episode of Researching Stocks comes out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.